Will Anderson weighs in on the things that make CJ Stroud impressive. Plus, what does he want to accomplish in 2024? Stefon Diggs accomplished something awesome off the field, and his workouts for off the field, well, that was less than awesome. All that and more in the Saturday Rundown, brought to you by Platinum AC and Heating. Let's start with Will Anderson. Obviously, he and CJ Stroud, very close. They were top draft picks in the 2023 draft. They played incredibly last year, and then they both won their respective Rookie of the Year awards. CJ Stroud, the Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Will Anderson, the Defensive Rookie of the Year. On the Rich Eisen show this week, Will Anderson was asked by Rich Eisen, hey, when did you know CJ Stroud had a little something to his game?
I've known CJ a long time, but doing training camp and just OTAs and watching him throughout the building, man, I knew he had that it factor to him. He was showing up every day, locked in, connecting with guys. I think that's the biggest thing when you know a guy's going to be really good is how they connect with their teammates. And the team just latched on to him, man, because he was so personable. And then he was just so competitive on the field. And he would get, like, angry at himself. Like, he didn't do something right. Like, he would come back and fix it. And coach would, like, show highlights of, like, when he did it wrong. And then he would come back and show another highlight when CJ did it right. And CJ just kept building and building off of that. And, you know, that's who he is, man.
Now, Will Anderson's not breaking any news there when he's talking to Rich Eisen about training camp and some of the practices in training camp showcasing that CJ Stroud had a little bit more than people expected, or when you started to realize what exactly he had for the 2023 season. That's when just about everybody started to take notice of what Stroud was capable of doing. But during Will's answer to Rich Eisen, I got the wheels turn a little bit, and it got me thinking. It's something that constantly comes up about CJ Stroud. It's from D'Amico Ryans, the head coach, from Bobby Slowick, the offensive coordinator, from CJ Stroud's teammates. Stroud constantly showcases how good he is and takes practice seriously. You hear it time and time again how he is impressing in practice. He's executing in practice. He's holding teammates accountable in practice. And when practice in the modern NFL is so limited compared to what it used to be, and they get so little time to actually go out there and improve as football players, playing actual football against their teammates, you have to maximize and do the most in practice. And that is something that we constantly hear about CJ Stroud, and is something that you love to hear about a young player, obviously, but that is also something that from a quarterback standpoint, it really spreads out to the entire team. It's something that all of his teammates can adapt, and every practice mattering a lot, every opportunity to get better and improve, because that is where you're going to have very few chances, but chances to improve. I mean, practices just aren't as tough and aren't as fulfilling as they used to be in the NFL. They have dialed it back in the name of player safety and workload, and I understand that aspect of it from the NFL standpoint. A lot of times guys just have to get better playing on Sundays. Well, it's great that CJ Stroud's not just showcasing what you want to see on Sundays. He's showcasing it Monday through Saturday, and then he's showcasing even more the stuff you can't practice on Sundays. That's, to me, something that's really special about CJ Stroud. He's a fantastic teammate. He sets the tone. He gets everybody ready, and he makes sure that practice matters. And I don't know that every single player in the NFL, and certainly every single quarterback, always has that same type of tone and determination when it comes to practice. Speaking of great teammates, Platinum AC and Heating want to be your teammate if you have any issues with your air conditioning system, from repairs to replacements to that little tune-up to make sure that your AC is running as good as it can run. Platinum AC and Heating will take care of you. My guy Dwyane is the best in the business. 5-star rated by the Better Business Bureau, 5-star rated on Google and Yelp as well. Put his number in your phone. Okay, when you need an AC guy, you need the AC guy, and that's my guy Dwyane at Platinum AC and Heating. Give him a call today, 832-777-3683. Dwayne's not going to let you sit in a hot house, and if your AC just needs a little bit of work to blow a little bit colder air and save you a little money because it doesn't work as hard, I mean, come on. Platinum AC and Heating will take care of you. The best service, the best prices in town, and the best AC teammate that you can have, that's Platinum AC and Heating. We weren't done with Will Anderson, though, for the Saturday rundown. His goals for the 2024 season, according to Will Anderson.
I haven't written down my goals yet. I kind of do it like right before training camp starts. But my goal in just one word is just to wreak havoc this year. That's it. Like that's always been like, if I had to tell anybody my goal, like that's it. Like I don't get into like my specific goals, but that's just my one like word to sum up all my goals.
But you will at some point write down a number on a piece of paper for sacks?
Will do. Yes, sir.
Okay. Will you at least tell me what it was for last year? You got it for last year?
Last year was like 7 to 10. It's like I just wanted to get like somewhere right there. But like next year, I really want to get double-digit sacks.
Okay, so 10 plus. That's what we got. 10 plus is the number that's
yes, sir.
Okay, but there will be a specific number.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna put 10 plus.
Okay, 10 plus.
That's a good job there by Rich Eisen to try to nail Will Anderson down on an exact number and kind of set the tone for the season. I like that from that rookie class. CJ Stroud and Will Anderson were both very private about specific areas they wanted to go as rookies. They kept it very general and focused a lot more on the team and team success than their individual goals. So I do like that aspect about keeping the specific goal private for Will Anderson. I think that's a cool aspect of it. But to get to 10 plus sacks, Will Anderson's going to have to do a lot of work, and he's going to have to do something that, well, frankly, most defensive rookies of the year haven't done in recent memory, okay? If you look back at defensive rookies of the year, their second season from the past, say, 5 or so winners hasn't been some giant leap off of their rookie year. It's typically been a pretty modest improvement, but keeping things ultimately together and still being a productive player. Last year, Will Anderson had 7 sacks. To get to 10 plus, he'd have to get 3 additional sacks. That would be a bigger improvement than the last 5 defensive linemen to win the award. Nick Bosa had 0 sacks his second year. He got hurt. Chase Young had 1.5 sacks. That was a significant downturn and, again, dealt with injury. Micah Parsons was half a sack better after he won the award and played in his second season. Joey Bosa was 2.5 sacks better, ending up with 12.5 sacks his second year in the league. And Aaron Donald had 11 sacks, which was a 2-sack improvement. So to get to 10 plus sacks, Will Anderson's going to have to be one of the most impressive second-year rookies along the defensive line that we've seen in recent memory. I'm not betting against him. I believe it. And partly the reason I believe it is I mentioned Jonathan Grenard and Will Anderson combined for 19.5 sacks last year. 19.5 sacks between those two. Well, adding Danielle Hunter to the equation should help increase that combined number between the two starting defensive ends, Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter, compared to last year's Grenard and Will Anderson. So if Hunter's going to raise the number a little bit, maybe Anderson is able to take advantage and kind of contribute a little bit there. If you told me that they're going to combine for 25.5 sacks, 26 sacks, I'd tell you, okay, well, I think Danielle Hunter is going to get about 15, and I think Will Anderson's going to do the rest of the work, and that'd be a 3 or 4 sack improvement over his rookie year. Now, sacks are the money number, okay? You pay attention to that, and sometimes you could just luck into a sack. Here's some money numbers that are actually money numbers from Will Anderson that were fantastic last year, and if they're like this again this year, the Texans are going to be absolutely ferocious on defense. Anderson was 3rd in pass rush win rate. Okay, say that 10 times fast. Pass rush win rate. 3rd in the NFL. Okay, he was a rookie, and he was 3rd in pass rush win rate. How many times he rushed the passer and beat the offensive lineman trying to stop him? 3rd in the league as a rookie, which is one of the large reasons he won the Defensive Rookie of the Year award, because there were other rookies who had impressive sack numbers as well. And then he was 2nd in edge defender rush win rate. Okay, so edge defenders in rush win rate. 2nd as a rookie. He was consistently productive and impressive, and those are the numbers that are more important than those sacks. Heck, if he has 7 sacks again, you'll look at the number and be like, well, that's not as impressive as you want, but he can be a force, okay, without getting the money numbers, the box score numbers of the sacks, and those advanced stats will tell you, and your eyes will tell you that he is accomplishing what he indeed wants to do, which he said, I believe, is wreak havoc amongst his NFL peers. He's certainly capable of doing that. Stefon Diggs gave us a big win this week for old guys, well, or dad shoe guys, or, well, the folks that just like ASICs, I guess is the way that I would phrase that. I am a big ASICs guy, and I get made fun of from a lot of my friends who wear Nike, or they're in the shoe game and they have nicer shoes, or they wear like the boat shoes or whatever. Yeah, I am loyal to ASICs. I think they're super comfortable. I think you get good bang for your buck. And I noticed over the past year or so that ASICs have started to make their way into NFL locker rooms. CJ Stroud's worn a pair of ASICs quite often. It's kind of his walk-around shoe. I noticed Stefon Diggs, when he first got to the Texans, was an ASICs guy as well. But a big win for us ASICs guys, as Stefon Diggs and ASICs collaborated on a Stefon Diggs created custom ASICs shoe. I mean, look at this beauty. Okay, look at these shoes that Stefon Diggs put together. I think they are good-looking shoes. I think he did a great job. He worked with ASICs to custom create these shoes. As you notice, they've got some custom colors. He's got kind of the friendship bracelets there on his arm, and they're patterned as well on the shoe. And Diggs talking about how big of an honor this was to go through and work on this shoe with ASICs and custom design this. I think it's a pretty snazzy looking shoe. I don't know that I could pull it off, okay, but I certainly know Stefon Diggs is going to be able to pull this off. It's got a pretty cool, unique design to it as well. And this was really cool, I thought, for Stefon Diggs to get this. And my understanding is they're going to be pretty limited. I think there's been some pictures going around that it's one of 250 that Stefon Diggs was showing off. So there may only be a handful of these initially, but I think they're pretty cool looking shoes. And I don't think I'm going to get my hands on any of them. But if you do, I think that's a pretty cool deal. And it's a big win for us ASICs guys. All right. I know that everybody likes Nike and as Adidas and Under Armour's even got some shoes that people like from time to time. And I'm an ASICs guy, loyal. My shoe hierarchy is the everyday shoe, and then I've got a gym shoe, and then I've got like a backup gym shoe, and that first gym shoe's kind of nasty, and then they start to get lower and lower, and then you got like your lawn shoe, like the shoe that you would wear that when you're doing yard work, you don't care that it gets a little dirty and maybe you don't wash it every time after you've gone out there. And then you've got just your absolute junk shoes. It's like, okay, it's nasty, it's muddy, it's wet. I got to go move this outside, or I got to go do this. And I know the shoes are going to get absolutely crushed. So the hierarchy of shoes, all my shoes are ASICs. I think I have one pair of Brooks that I threw in there, but all my shoes are ASICs. So I'm a big ASICs guy. So it's cool to see Stefon Diggs and ASICs. And hey, if ASICs wants to create a partnership with a guy that really doesn't actually do a lot of working out in the ASICs, but wears them a lot, yours truly, I'd love to create an ASICs shoe. Okay, we'd probably throw a little bit of H-Town Blue in there, a little bit of Battle Red in there, and it'd be a good looking shoe there. All right. I love me some ASICs. All right. And I love those Stefon Diggs shoes. So don't think they're going to come in a 14 and me be able to get a pair. And if there's only 250 of them, he's going to have a lot of teammates knocking down his door trying to get them as well. That's not the only thing that Stefon Diggs did on the internet this week. I don't know about you. I just talked about, hey, I'm not working out as much. When I do work out, I'm more of a traditional workout guy. I go lift some weights, I pick heavy stuff up, I put it down, and I walk on the treadmill, do a little running, play some pickup basketball. Okay? I've never been into yoga. It scares me. I've never been into CrossFit. It scares me, and it's kind of cult-like. Okay, if you like CrossFit, I'm sorry. And I've never been into Pilates. I don't know anything really about Pilates. I know that there's like a machine that you do some workouts on and stuff like that. But, yeah, Stefon Diggs apparently is into Pilates, and it didn't go too well for Stefon Diggs in his Pilates workout that I believe Tank Dell showcased this week.
Guys, and press it out. Reach the arms up. Puff your chest. Arch the upper back. Look back. Good. And bring it up. Oh, my God. You guys.
So Stefon Diggs taking a tumble there on the Pilates machine, and I can't remember exactly what they're called. They're called reformers. That's what they're called, reformers, or what those Pilates machines are called. So he just takes a tumble and just falls forward. And I think the guy next to him falling off kind of got him out of sync and had him falling off. But hey, number one, you got to stay healthy for the season. You can't have a Pilates injury taking you out for the first part of training camp. It's right around the corner. Be careful over there. Stefon Diggs did take to his social media, though, and make it very clear that he was good at this Pilates thing. Let's take a look.
Head closer to your chest. Take it around and down. Good hip stability. And stretch it back out. Exhale, round, last two. And a good stretch. Keep your hips up. Right leg is going to go long. Hold it here. Two. Good. Finish strong. I want you to start kicking and swimming the legs. Kick and swim the legs. Good. For 8. 7. For 8. Lifted spine. Lifted spine. Don't lose your shape.
Not for me. I don't think I can do that. That looks very hard. I mean, I'm glad. Look, this is a mobility, kind of a stretchy thing, which is like a Brady-esque approach to things. Not for me. I mean, probably should be for me. I probably should get in there and get my stretching in there and you know, the hip tightness and get that worked out and all those kind of things. But yeah, Stefon Diggs, I mean, obviously you guys knew this, much better athlete than me. And the Diggs, of course, took to social media in addition to showing that he was good at Pilates. He even went there and told people Pilates really not that hard. LOL. Don't let the video fool you. I ain't got whooped by the reformer. I held my own in there. It's the laughing emoji. And I will dominate that reformer, Stefon Diggs promises this week on social media. Good luck, Stefon Diggs. Stefon Diggs versus the reformer is the first rivalry that we will talk about for the rest of the year for the Houston Texans. The next one, obviously, when the Bills come to town, that'll be a big rivalry that we will talk about when that gets here. That's a few weeks into the season. So hopefully Diggs gets a couple of victories over the reformer before it is all said and done. That is the Saturday rundown for this week. If you missed any of the videos this week, including the Joe Mixon video, which I felt was a pretty good understanding of where Joe Mixon could be in the landscape of running backs for the NFL and how good he could be for the Houston Texans, that was a good one. Another conversation about the chances for the Texans to end up as a top 3 offense, as well as conversations about key depth pieces on this team. That's scattered throughout the channel this week. I'll put some of the links in the description down below. On your way down there to the description, throw me a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let me know in the comment section. You thumbs up on Asics, you thumbs down on Asics, okay? You like the Diggs shoes, and are you a Pilates master like Stefon Diggs maybe he's aspiring to be, okay? And on your way down to the comment section in the description, you'll find more information about our friends at Platinum AC and Heating. If you want to do Pilates in your Pilates studio and you want to make sure that the air conditioner is running right, Dwyane from Platinum AC and Heating can take care of you. Do you know that a little checkup on your AC just to make sure it's not working too hard could save you a lot of money? Your AC works really hard, okay, and doesn't blow as cold air. What if it blew colder air and didn't work as hard and saved you a couple bucks? I mean, that'd be great. Get Platinum AC and Heating to do that AC checkup on your air conditioner. Make sure it's running at peak capabilities. And if there's any repairs or replacements needed, it's not going to cost you a bunch of cold, hard cash, because the best prices and best service in town are with Platinum AC and Heating. So you'll keep the cold, hard cash. You'll keep the AC set low, and you'll keep the cold air blowing when you call Platinum AC and Heating. Give my guy Dwyane a call today, 832-777-3683. 832-777-3683. It's Platinum AC and Heating. Take care of them. They take care of the channel. And, man, I'm telling you, anything you need when it comes to air conditioners, decades of experience in Platinum AC and Heating. Appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And I can't wait until we talk Texans again soon.